officially prepping for Bridgerton Day Part 2. And while I've done quite a few bits so far, I thought I would show you a little bit of behind the scenes today and then putting it all together tomorrow and kind of take you through it. I was gonna vlog earlier, but I'm always really nervous to vlog when other people are around and I'm at a friend's house baking. However, I feel like I picked the more challenging recipes this time, so judge away, feel free, but I'm really excited about some of the things. I also have a full blog post kind of detailing part 1 and the cookbooks that we use and just really setting it up so it's really easy and all of the little things that you're going to see, and I will link that in the description box below if you want more detailed. But I am in charge of all of the pastry and baking stuff this time. So we're doing petit-fours. I've never made petit-fours before, so tiny bit nervous there. I'm also very much somebody who is at that point where like I've baked enough and cooked enough that I will absolutely wing a recipe. Like I will just, if I know it's not right or it doesn't look right, I will completely change it to whatever degree, and I can live with the vibe of it even if it's not perfect. So we are doing heart chew buns, which I've never made before, and honestly the pastry for it is more challenging than I was expecting. I had to Google what the pastry is supposed to look like. This is the vibe we're going for. Probably not exactly how it's gonna fit, but I am excited. And then we are doing these cute little petit-fours. So I have pastry in the freezer right now, and I'm currently in the process of matching up the hearts because I need to like put the little icing bits on them and then matching them for my disheveledness. But I'm just cutting the pastry to make it work, make it fit, make it happy. Also, guys, can I talk about how fun this hair is? I'm kind of obsessed with it. But yeah, I'm so excited to be doing a part 2 for this. So let me take you along and see what we can make really pretty for Penelope and Colin's little part 2 season. Probably supposed to be more subtle, but you know, I'm never mad at like a hot pink moment. So, all right, test numero uno. Kind of want to try this a different way. Hold these. Try to dip it this way, and that way we can see. I think that would be a little bit easier to manage. That looks promising. She's cute and light, and just enough that I can add whatever on top. Hopefully it's not too thin. Kind of worried about that now. I think I added too much water, but we can always add more powdered sugar. Definitely a little clumpy, but I feel like we're getting more of the desired thickness that I want, which is good because I need something to be able to stick everything else on top of, and I don't want it to like be thin into the pastry because you can see it's really too thin over here versus just like a little bit more powder. But I didn't sift this, so I need to whisk it a little bit more, but we're getting there. promising start. And we're not going for perfection. I am not winning Great Bake Off with any of these options, but they'll be cute. Now we need to figure out the pedophores in the freezer. I thought that the pedophores were gonna be the hardest, and honestly, I feel like the pastry on the chews were probably a little bit more complicated. But I think we can get the icing right. The only thing I'm like moderately concerned about is getting the actual coating on the pedophores right, and just making sure that I know what I'm doing there, because it's been a long time since I've dipped anything, but also I've never made these before. But I guess you don't know how to make them until you try to make them, and that's what we're doing.
I was young and you were broken.
I'm vlogging, so you're gonna walk through the background. Yeah, now you have it. I'm waiting for the icing to dry.
We had it all. I was too young, way too young. I'm drowning.
It's supposed to be this, like, I didn't realize until I Googled to look at what the actual doughs look like. And it's pretty much the same dough that you would put around an eclair. It's supposed to be like really billowy and fluffy. But nailing the actual consistency of it is not as it was described in the little thingamabob.
Is it supposed to like cool in the fridge overnight? Or?
No, this one's not as bad. There's just a lot of, I think it's the pedophores I was realizing, because like I put them in for, I slice them and then put like the rose water filling, and then they go in the freezer. And then I bring them back out and add more icing. And then they go back in the freezer. And then they dip them. But like,
Okay.
the actual pastry of that is not my skill set by any means. So for the last time, I bought the Bridgerton official drink. Hold please. This guy, so delicious. It was really great with Jen, which is the recipe calls for, but it'd also be great for mocktail. This time though, I went to pick up pastry bags and I thought I would try the passion fruit curd. I was thinking that I do 2 variations to see which is better, but there's like a rose water mixture on these and I'm not sure that would mix as well with the raspberry. So we're gonna try this and hopefully she's great. Like I said, we're just learning. It's a work in progress.
Do you see me like I see you, my lady? I love you, but I don't need you. I only want true love, true love, true love.
Good morning, guys. So let's catch up on the plan for today. So yesterday we did the prep for, I feel like our original intentions were to do a second round of our tea party. However, I also just feel like I want to sit down and enjoy it. For part 1, we shot everything for the blog, and this time I'm just like, I know that I'm gonna wanna watch it, I'm gonna wanna just kind of be in it, and then we can eat and enjoy and have fun. So it's more of a watch party this time, but I did go ahead and prep the pedophores last night, and they're not perfect, but like I said, it's the first time we're doing them, so it's fun to just kind of try and see what it looks like, how I feel about making them, what I might feel like I could do better in the future. Like, there's no wrong way to kind of try something the first time. So we've done that, and now I am getting ready to head over to kind of start our watch party, to pretty much turn my phone on do not disturb for 4 hours or more and lose my mind to whatever shenanigans that we have been given. And I am really excited about it.
True love is what I want, my baby. Like I see you, you see me. That's the only way to be right. True love.
I've had time to process a lot of the things, and I have friends who are just now finishing it, or it took them a couple of days to finish it. And I know that if you're a book fan, you might have certain opinions. Like, I feel like a lot of people had a lot of things that we just kind of brought into the season, and a lot of them were very valid. And I hope and pray that we get some kind of different answer over the next few days. I've heard the things about deleted scenes. I've heard so many different bits and bobs. I think a lot of us, more than anything, feel really scared and concerned for how this is indicative of the next few seasons, or the next season, since it seems as though it's already been written. And I'm not one to trash art on the internet. I always want to have these conversations from a constructive standpoint, and this is how I felt as a viewer, and this is how it was interpreted, because I feel like with art, it's always you're gonna take it in through your own filter and lens, and sometimes those don't match, and that can be a big problem in certain areas. And I've definitely seen quotes where I'm like, oof, no, that was not the vibe, and there was something here that we just did not like educate on or have a conversation about, or just did not take into consideration that, like, even if you're not talking about Penelope Size, that anybody who has ever looked like her or experienced her life is going to have a certain emotional experience regardless of the conversation about her size being a part of the equation. Like, we didn't need to have that conversation, but we were still all considering how it impacted all of us, because it's so rare to see a character be kind of romanticized and just live in her beauty in that way. That's a separate conversation for a separate day. But I feel like there was a lot that happened. I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of things. I think we're also processing it, but it was a lot of fun to kind of do these two different tea parties. I definitely really feel like we got the tea party vibe with the first one. The second one was still just a bit of fun, and that was really a great experience. I learned a lot about kind of throwing these specific things and like the prep for it, and doing these for the different events, and we kind of got all of the pieces that I really wanted to. Like, I wanted to have more tea parties, so it was a lot of fun to just do that. I have a list of shows that we have upcoming. My mind next goes to Outlander, even though we have like Emily in Paris coming next, and there's a few other. I've been doing like updates on Instagram and TikTok of the countdown, so if you guys like that, come hang out over there. So I'm sure we'll do more events for that. I'm a little scared as to what they would eat for Outlander though, so we might have to go absolutely rogue for that specific menu, but I do feel like we'll do more fun kind of watch parties and things like that. I'm really in the season where I just want to make the most of all of the little events of life, and really kind of find the joy in the season, especially while the handful of friends that I have are either married or like we aren't all with kids yet, and we can take the time to kind of really have these fun, just immersive moments that allow for a little bit more of an alleviation from some of the big girl jobs that we have. I have a lot of friends who've kind of taken on bigger roles, and it's fun to kind of create that environment for us, for me, that we all get to experience it together, and then I will share it with you guys. So as we do more, I'm sure I'll do more breakdowns and kind of take you guys along for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this journey with me. I will leave all the links in the description box below for the cookbooks that we used. I have to say, the Sonoma one that we used felt a little bit more advanced, and I feel like that's to be expected because it is a Sonoma cookbook. It was a little bit more beginner friendly to some degree on the unofficial one, but at the same time I did adapt some recipes. There were a few things where, depending on how you measure it, it might be a little bit quirky, and I made everything gluten-free, so there's always kind of that like shift in what you're adapting, and so I kind of adjusted the recipes, but everything tasted great. It didn't always look perfect, but it still had a really great taste, and some of the recipes I think from the first one were probably our biggest hit. So we'll leave that all in the description box below. Let me know if you guys had any tea parties of your own, or what your thoughts and feelings are in the kindest way possible without absolutely bashing everybody, that we can kind of constructively talk about it. If your feelings are that you hated it and you never want to watch again, that's totally valid. I feel like we have 2 years to mentally prep for that, and what I'm feeling right now I hope is not what I'm going to be feeling then, but until I see something else on the internet from the people who are in charge behind the scenes, I'm like not sure what to think. And I guess we have time to decide, because technically it's still new, but like all of the fans have probably already watched it and made their opinion, so we have time to decide how we feel by the time we get it again, because it takes them 2 years to make these beautiful shows that we all loved once, and hopefully we'll get to love again. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to upload more consistently. I feel like there's a shift in my content right now, so we're creating more life and style stuff, and I'm getting in the flow of what that looks like. So probably more vlogs like this, probably more vlogs like the closet makeover, by the way, if you didn't see it. this is where the rest of it ended up. And yeah, I will keep you guys updated. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. I love you. It is a good day to have a good day, and I hope you all have a beautiful week wherever you are. Bye guys.